And then what?
What do you mean, then what?
Were you thinking about confessing?
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe?
Maybe. Okay, I feel terrible, Lucky.
Yeah, of course you do, and you should.
Elizabeth almost died because of me. And I almost killed my sister's father. I'm sorry, Lucky, but that's... I don't know if I can live with that.
Saying that you feel guilty. No, it means you're not some kind of sociopath who goes around hurting people without caring. But here's the thing, Kristina, you can't take that guilt and put it on Elizabeth.
I'm not.
Yes, you are. And not only is it not fair to her, it's going to end up getting you caught. So you need to decide, is that what you want?
I don't know. What I want is I want to not put Elizabeth in any more harm than I already have.
Okay, good. But if you decide that you can't live with this, your next stop needs to be your mom's office and not Elizabeth's hospital room. So just go to your mom. Work on a confession with her that'll get you a plea deal. One that doesn't send you to prison for the rest of your life.
You rang? Trina?
Scare you? No, I'm just trying to be real with you. I mean, what reason do I have to coddle you?
Don't flatter yourself. I don't need you to coddle me, okay?
Here's the reality for me in all of this, okay? I am putting myself on the line, lying to the woman I love, which I hate. But I will, because I believe that you're a good person who made a mistake. And I myself have made a few.
Not sure you've been exactly here before.
Close enough. So, I will help you cover this up, but this only works if you commit to it. And you get help. Can you do that?
And it's not about me, Lucky. It's not. It's my parents, okay? They've both been... They're just going through too much. My father with his health issues, and my mom, she's gone through enough. And I can't add Kristina goes to prison to that list. I just can't.
Okay.
But what do I do if someone finds out?
I've already looked into it. There's currently no police investigation. They're treating it as an accident.
But with the car, I mean, can they tell?
I went to the impound lot, and the car's already been through the compactor.
So that's it then?
That's it. As long as we both keep our mouths shut, it's over.
Doesn't it get exhausting?
What up, y'all? This your boy Ace here, and welcome to Afternoons. So let's get to talking about this, y'all. Kristina and Lucky, man. So they've been covering up on a lot of different things in their talk since yesterday's episode. So Kristina and Lucky are really trying to figure out, look, how are we going to cover up this lie? And Lucky has decided. So Lucky at first was ready to have Kristina basically tell the cops, or he was going to go to the cops. He was threatening Kristina yesterday about that. That he would go to the cops if she didn't, and all this other stuff. Because he was pissed. He was pissed, and understandably so. Look, I feel bad for Lucky at the end of the day, because Lucky's having Lucky really made a lot of progress in Liz in the revitalization of their relationship. And now he's in a situation where he has to lie about the accident with Liz and Rick. And he's kind of stuck in this middle. It's almost like Lulu's character right now. Lulu's stuck in the middle between Dante and Brooklyn not telling Gio that they're his parents. And, well, mainly on Brooklyn's end. And so it's just, if you feel bad for the guy. But he's decided to go in the direction of cover for Kristina. So I'm going to tell you what really changed today. So Kristina, I went over this in a different video. So Kristina goes and visits Liz, right? It gives her some flowers to see how she's doing. And then those two, Lucky goes into the room and he sees what Kristina's trying to do, right? And he was just talking about this yesterday about, does Kristina even feel bad for Rick and Liz, right? And she swears she does. And so when he talked to her in the chapel, he felt like Kristina isn't a sociopath, and he feels like she's a good person, but she got caught up and made a huge mistake that almost cost 2 people their lives, 2 innocent people. And he felt like, you know, he felt bad for Kristina because he's been in this position before many times, and he just felt like, you know, Kristina, even though she should come clean about this, he's willing to cover for her because he feels like this is something that the family doesn't really need to live with right now. And I think one of the things that, and even Kristina made this point too, is that would it do anybody good? Especially, I think the biggest victim of all of this will end up being Molly, because Molly will have to deal with, she's not only had to deal with Sam's death and the family as well, you know, now her sister will be locked up, you know, and that probably won't help anybody. It would help Kristina, maybe, but and I don't even know so much if it'll help Kristina at this point, you know, if she was locked up. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not even sure if it would help Kristina, because I've been telling y'all the problem for me with the whole Shady Brook thing is that, like, we know Kristina is nuts, but the thing is that is Shady Brook even going to help her? Because even though she did get some therapy back then, after the whole Kiefer thing, it still didn't feel like it helped her. And I think there's permanent scars on Kristina from that Kiefer thing that's never going away. I really don't. I think there's permanent scars that she's never going to be able to basically ever get over what happened between her and Kiefer. I think that really solidified the damage on her. And I remember a couple of you guys were talking about the whole bipolar thing, if they went on ahead and made Kristina bipolar like her father. And, you know, I think a couple of y'all were saying, man, that'd be a cop-out if they made her bipolar. And I go back and forth on that, to be honest with y'all, because it'll probably explain Kristina a little better if they decide to go in a direction where she becomes a mob princess. But at the same time, should they just go on ahead and make her a sociopath? Like, you know, like Lucky doesn't believe that she is. I don't know. It's one of those things where they're slowly going to have Kristina in this position where she doesn't have a conscience. We know that she has one because she was about to call Ava to let her know not to get in that car, right? But as of right now, we know Kristina has a conscience. But the thing is that will they ever get to a point where she is not going to have one, you know? Because people do change. People do change like that. You know, they have one and then they lose it. You know, when they go through traumatic events, they end up just losing themselves. And I think they need to tell that story of Kristina losing herself. You know what I mean? But the one thing that I'm glad about right now, and we'll talk about the whole Ava thing in the next video. The one thing that I am glad that they did, because I said this, and I think the video where they first got in the accident, so the Friday before, I said what they need to do. They need to cover this up. Nobody needs to know. And the other thing for me was, I like Kristina's friendship with Lucky. I didn't want them to ruin that. You know, Kristina's friendship with Lucky is sacred. And obviously Luke and Sonny, they've gone through some things too when they were friends as well, you know, where they've had these type of conversations as well. I think that, if anything, maybe this will help Lucky and Kristina grow stronger because they're having a life for each other. And I do believe that the one thing that they did right coming out of this was keeping their friendship, you know, because that was the one thing that I was the most worried about, was where they're going to have Lucky in a situation where he was not going to cover for Kristina. Because I was like, oh man, they're really going to ruin their friendship, bro. They're going to ruin their friendship. I'm not saying this ever going to be the same again, because this is something that's always going to live with them. But Lucky understand. I like the fact that Lucky understands Kristina too, because he's been through this before. So I like the fact that Lucky is willing to protect Kristina. I think he feels like she just made a bad mistake and everything like that. And I do like that they're protecting that. I do like this route that they're going, because if she's going to become a mob princess, she's going to be getting away with thousands of crimes. You know what I'm saying? She's going to be getting away with thousands of crimes anyway. So I don't see the point in really revealing this to the police or anything like that. Now, I did hear that Anna's still supposed to be investigating. Now, the car, Lucky told Kristina that the car was impounded, so that's basically it. You know, all the evidence is gone. But I do still wonder if they have Anna investigate, does she find anything to incriminate Kristina? I do wonder about that. But I do think the best direction for the show is to just put this in the past. You know, Alexis is about to find out that what Kristina did. But it's going to be interesting to see the way Alexis does it. That's why I say in the next video we're going to talk about that whole situation between her and April. So we'll see, man. But go on ahead and give this video a like, share, subscribe, y'all. Thank y'all for watching this one. After news to like.